Hi, everybody. Welcome to the teacher feature segment for the International Herb Symposium. I'm really excited to have Natalia here, who will be making a long journey from Colombia. Super exciting. And she's going to be doing a class on the coca leaf. And I think this is such an important medicine um, in so many ways. I actually spent a lot of time in the Peruvian Amazon, um, and I remember staying with an indigenous community and how it was like their children's Tylenol. Like it really to make a tea really helps bring down a fever in children. That's how I saw it being used. And um, when you think about uh, how important that type of medicine is to indigenous communities. Um, so anyways, welcome. Yeah, if you want to just talk a little bit, I mean, I have lots of questions for you. But first tell us a little bit about, what you're going to share in your class. And and then maybe we can talk a little bit about the work you're doing in your community in Colombia.
Thank you, Susan. And hi, everyone. Hola a todos, todas. Yes, I'm Natalia Chaparro. I'm from Colombia. I was born here. Currently, I live in the suburbs of Bogota, the capital city, in the mountains. Bogota is actually part of the Andes, the Andean mountains. But I had the opportunity to also live in the US for 15 years. Then I went to Europe for other 4 years. So that gave me like a really broad perspective of diversity, how people related to plants. And well, I feel like a lot of people here in Colombia, in their lineage, they have their grandparents used to be farmers. So that's pretty much how I got connected to nature because during vacation I used to go to my grandpa's farm and I play in the mountains. And yeah, well, lately for the last 8 years, I had the call, like many of us, to reconnect with nature. And one of my first memories when I started reconnecting was nettles. And my mom, when I was little, she used to send us to our neighbor who had a big garden. And she was like, hey, can you go and get some nettles from your neighbor? But she used to use it as a hair mask. Uh, so that was my first memory. And then later on, I started like, oh, nettles. Yeah, I remember when I was living in Berlin, in Germany, I used to see nettles all over. So I was like, well, this is calling me. Let's explore more. And nowadays, since 2000, yeah, 2023, I decided to learn more through conversation. So Canasto Herbal is my project. It started as a podcast where I interview people. I also do some monologues, and we talk about plants, our journeys, connecting with plants, and different topics from art. Yeah, I have interviewed a person that has she makes art with plants, also cosmetics. Well, all the all the many paths that plants take us. Also, I have with Canastorbal my own products that I have been sharing here with the community. And the latest project was like 2 weeks ago that we launched our first gathering here in Bogota. It was called Festival Herbolaria. So we brought here many teachers, different people with their small businesses, sharing about plants, how they have related with plants. So it was amazing to see, many people getting excited and learning about plants, because I feel like in for us that we have had a longer journey with plants, sometimes we make it really obvious certain things, but when new people come and they're like, "Oh my God, I didn't know about, I don't know, um, let's say about red clover, for example, that here in my region we see it a lot, and a lot of people, they travel and they see it all the time, but they don't think that it's edible, that it has all these properties. So when you show them this magic, they're like, what? And it's just amazing. It makes me so happy to share this. So yeah, now super excited to come to the US, and share about our ancestral sacred leaf, Coca, which, well, it has a really long history for our communities. Mm, it has, of course, like the sad part that it was forgotten, it was punished, but nowadays we're getting together with indigenous communities and people from the cities to make this big movement to bring it back, show its power, and share it with the world.
Mm, awesome. Um, yeah, so you feel like there's like a renewed awareness of the medicinal properties of the leaf that you know, I think you'd mentioned like they've changed laws in Bolivia. I think there's a movement you know, trying to take hold in South America to at least decriminalize, right?
Exactly, exactly.
Being
Yeah.
being
So,
able to grow this.
yeah, unfortunately, like we all know that many people did think that coca is cocaine, but let me tell you, it's not the same. So it's like saying like the pit of the fish is like the fish is all poisonous, but no, the coca leaf uh, has so many benefits. And when they make cocaine, they just take one alkaloid from the plant, they extract it, and then they mix it with many different substances. So it's so sad that the whole leaf has and the whole plant has been punished just because of this yeah, sad business. So nowadays what we're doing here in Colombia, there's also different gatherings where we're teaching people about the traditional and spiritual uses of the plant. So, for example, there's communities in the Amazon, in the north of Colombia, in Santa Marta. Um, Close to here, there's the Muiscas, and they have used the plant to ask for guidance in the spiritual world. They chew the leaf, and I'll show you in a minute a way that we use it, that is called mambear. And the mambe is a mixture, well, this is the way they use it mostly in the Amazons, and is you they take the leaf, they toast it, and then they mix it with the leaf of another tree that is called yarumo, and with the yarumo they toast it, they grind it, and they make powder. They mix the two of them, and that end up as a green powder. I'll show it to you in a minute. And what you do is you take a spoon and you put it in your mouth. You can put it inside your cheek or below your tongue. Um, of course, as we learn, you make an intention, you talk to the plant, you connect with it. And as indigenous people say, what Coca teaches us is to have pure thoughts. That way you can have a sweet word. So what coca is doing to your body, it helps oxygenate. So when your body has enough air and is oxygenated, you're gonna have a clear mind. if you have a clear mind, you're gonna be really mindful of what you're speaking. So, and in the physical body, what you're gonna feel is that your tongue is getting a little bit numb. So there, she's teaching us, and Mama Coca teaches us that we need to be quiet and learn to listen.
Mm.
So it's so beautiful because it's also an offering to Pachamama. As I was telling, it clears your mind. It protects and support hunters in the indigenous communities. What they do is they take it to go in a journey of hunting for food for their families. What else for? Well, medicinal benefits. There's so many. It has a lot of vitamins like B1, B2, vitamin C. It has calcium. Sometimes they say that it's better for you to take coca than milk. For the nervous system, it calms anxiety. It clears mental fog and also support focus. So if you need to study, also it helps. When people come to Colombia and for example, outdoorsy people that they go to the mountains, they want to explore the tropical and the beautiful landscape of Colombia. Since the Andes, or for example, here in Colombia, we are, oh, I don't know in feet, but we're 2,600 meters above sea level. So think about it, we are higher than Denver.
Mm.
So people get here and they start feeling like I
Yeah.
cannot breathe well. So while we give them coca, so it's gonna help you to we call it yeah, altitude sickness, mal de altura, as we say. Also for the digestive system, it really helps with the stomach aches, with bloating, sometimes with nausea. For the reproductive system, if you have a lot of cramps, it can also help relieve. So it's such a powerful plant that it deserves to to have its spot, yeah, and be more visible for everyone. So yeah, and for me, I really love going to, yeah, sharing moments with indigenous communities. You learn so much. So for me, taking all this knowledge and bring it to you, share it with you is just the way to honor the plant.
Yeah, awesome. Um, the name of your herbal company
It's
can,
called canasto.
and is that for basket? Is that
Yes. Correct. Yeah,
like,
canasto herbal, and actually the name came after reading braiding sweetgrass.
mm,
I was looking for a name. I was looking for a name, and I'm like, I don't know. But of course, you know, baskets are everywhere around the
yeah,
world. Sometimes we think that, I think many Colombians sometimes they think it's just a craft from this region, but wherever you go, you
yeah,
see it, and we all know the significance about like uh, weaving, yeah, connecting, just not creating relationships not only with humans, with more than humans, the plants. So for me, it was the perfect name for my business.
I love that. I love that. Well, I'm super excited about you coming to Cincinnati. Thank you for making the journey, and I look forward to connecting with you in person and having you come visit the sanctuary. Um, and I love what you're doing. I was really inspired when I checked out your website, and so yeah, awesome.
Yeah, we're building our website right now. You can check all what I've been doing on Instagram. It's the the social media that I use the most. Also, you can check the podcast is in Spanish for now, but I know in the US there's so many
Oh my
Spanish
gosh. Yeah.
speakers, so please go and check it out in any of the platforms that you listen to podcasts. And yeah, I'm really excited to be there. It's a dream of mine to be there in the sanctuary. Of course, like here in South America, a lot of people also know about Rosemary Gladstar, and yeah, getting to share time not only with her, but with all the people, all the teachers that I've seen that are gonna be joining this gathering is just inspiring.
Yeah, awesome. Um, well, I look forward to seeing you in Cincinnati.
Thank you, Susan. Looking forward to it. And thank you, everyone, for listening and watching.